All right, good morning, everybody. We have two excused absences, Janet Bruley and Rita Hare. Could I have a motion to open up the meeting?
So moved.
Wonderful. We have the minutes of our last meeting in front of you. If you take a minute to look them over, any questions, anything anyone would like to add? Otherwise, I just need a motion to accept the meeting minutes from the last meeting, which was held on December 7th, 2022.
Pearl Harbor Day.
Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah.
Most of them won't remember that fact.
That was 75 years ago? How many veterans left from that era?
I printed it.
Thank you. Okay. Any questions? Someone like to make a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Second?
Second?
Oh, second?
I abstained, I wasn't at the meeting. I abstained, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I abstained.
All right, wonderful. All righty, well, let's get started then. All right, so Patrice, will you give us a report on bills?
Sure, so under the grant, we paid for yoga, chair yoga, mat yoga, Zumba, and some craft supplies that we had used for our craft that we did for February, for Valentine's Day. Under the COA budget, I paid the phone bill, and we bought new surge protectors throughout the whole the center. We bought like 8 of them because all of ours were very, very old. So, and they didn't
Smart.
even have like an expiration date on it, so we don't want to burn the place down.
No.
So, and we have a lot of, equipment that's expensive, so, we bought those, and that was it.
And on the cultural council grant?
So we were awarded $1,600 this year. I had written the grant to bring different cultures of the world into the little community of Douglas. So I wrote it for, we had our steel drum band for our Valentine's Day party, some Caribbean music, even though it was a Caribbean day because it was like 60. Usually we have to cancel Valentine's Day for snow, but this year it was very successful. We had quite a good attendance. I think there was about 50 people there. So it was fun. And we're going to plan something for Mardi Gras, and we're gonna have an Irish band for St. Patrick's Day.
Very nice.
Yeah, so they gave us $1,600 this year, which was wonderful.
Wow, that'd be great. Good, good. And how's attendance been?
Attendance has been spectacular. From December 1st until today, we've had 950 people check in. So we're averaging about 470 people a month. We had 15 new people join in January and 10 new people join in February.
Great.
So we've had a lot of new people joining, and they come for one thing, and then they bring their friends, or they, they'll come to the painting class, and they'll join one of the yoga classes, and we have a lot of people in the balance and strength now. It used to be the osteo class. They changed the name. There used to be about 4 to 6 people. 6 or 7 would be a really big day. And the class has like 18 people in it now. So we've had to move them out of the small room, because they're tripping over each other, and put them out into the main room and change their schedule a little bit, and Pam changed her schedule a little bit, because on Mondays, Pam's using this room for painting. So we changed, Pam's coming in a little bit early and leaving a little bit early, and they're coming in at noontime. Because then we have to get them out of here because we have mat yoga. So we only have one big room, so we're rotating it a lot, which is great, but, you know, it's small in here.
Yeah.
And it's for the membership that we have, so I said, sorry, guys, we just got a bus, I can't ask for a senior center too. But, yeah, it's definitely growing, and a lot of people are getting out and exercising. You usually get a little bump in January, you know, after the holidays, everybody wants to exercise, but actually, everybody's kind of continued on.
That's great.
So, and our exercise classes are free because of the grant. A lot of the other senior centers are now charging for them, so I think that's a reason too.
Good.
So,
And any other upcoming events?
yes, we have lots of events coming up. We just had our Valentine's Day party, and we have quite a few things. We're gonna do our movie day in March. Our movie day last month was very successful too. We usually have like maybe 7 or 8 people. I mean, 16 people for the movie last month, and I think we already have that many signed up for this month. We're gonna do a Shamrock wreath this month. We have grip strength. We have, they're gonna even do a grip strength presentation. And I guess it measures your strength and other things that you can do to help increase that. And we have our St. Patrick's Day party, of course. And we're doing an Easter craft, and the Sunshine Club has a couple of things they'll be doing too. So March is pretty busy, we're full.
Can you just say what the dates are for the?
Oh, sure, so
events?
movie day will be on March 1st. The Shamrock wreath, the free craft, that'll be on March 2nd. The grip strength presentation will be on March 8th. The St. Patrick's Day party is on March 15th, and our Easter craft will be on March 30th. The Sunshine Club has an event on the 10th and on the 24th.
Thank you. Pam, do you want to give us an update on the Sunshine Club?
Sure.
Thank you.
We had our New Year's Day celebration party down here, and it was a big success. And I think a lot of people had fun, and we had entertainment, so it was good. Good attendance. Our cans and bottles are continuing to generate funds for us. We just picked up after Super Bowl Sunday, and would you say we got more than usual or about?
I think he's the wrong person to ask.
So they're all lined up along the driveway in their bags, ready to go to the redemption
You
center.
look at that every time you pull out of the garage.
Well, at least they're counted, ready to go. Pickleball is moving along and looking at some possibilities of outdoor courts. March 10th, the Sunshine Club is hosting a program on gardening. This is a gal from Dudley. She's excellent gardener. I don't know if she qualifies as a master gardener yet, but we listened to her, and she's going to come in and give us the basic common sense things about developing and designing a garden based upon your needs and how much time do you actually want to devote to this. You know, so she puts it into perspective for you. Yeah, you should know that, Jen, right? How much time do you want to devote to your garden? And on the 20th, and that's with refreshments only. It's going to be on a Friday at noontime. Then on March 24th, on a Friday, we're going to hold a barbecue lunch, and we have a line dance instructor coming in to do line dancing. So we'll be advertising that starting next week.
It was a nice article about the pickleball in the paper.
Yeah, they did a nice article there. That was Uxbridge Times came in. and
Yeah,
did that.
yeah.
That's taken off.
Well, I had
Unbelievably.
learned about it a few years ago. I visited my sister in Florida, and it was already big down there. So I'm gonna make a copy of the article
I'll send it to
to
her.
send to her
See
and
what's
say, hey,
happening up
pickleball
here.
came
Yeah.
to Douglas.
Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Building up there.
All right, wonderful. Any other business that you'd like to go over today?
I have a couple of things. Our bus has been ordered. The contract was signed last week, and we're looking at a time frame of maybe November or December. I hope to have it on the road by January, but we'll see when it comes in, and then, of course, I have to hire somebody, and people will need to be trained. So we're hoping for January 1st. If it comes in earlier, that would be lovely. But that's the time frame we're looking at.
Okay.
And it came in for exactly what we needed it to come in for, so
Good.
we didn't have to spend any other additional funding. We also started a recycling program. Last year, the town administrator had sent out that he would like us to use recycled paper, recycled anything that we could do that recycle to take a little bit of the waste off. So we started with our coffee mug program, and to date, we have 8,000 styrofoam cups that did not make it into the landfill. That's how many we used a year.
Wow.
And we saved $280 by not buying them, so that's a lot of cups to,
So does everybody have a cup with their name on it?
yeah, so people have cups, their name on it, then we have the regular ones. Yeah,
That's neat.
yep, so people brought in their own stuff, and
Yeah.
but that was, we were adding up the numbers last week, because I was writing the annual report for the town, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of cups.
It is?
So we went 8,000.
8,000, okay.
Yeah,
Just
we
wanted to
went
make sure I
by-
wrote it right.
Yep, we went by what we would
Seems a
order,
lot.
and we were ordering cups every 3 months, so 4 times a year, we were putting this big order
You'd be surprised.
for cups,
How much
and
we
yeah,
do.
I mean, you think about 30 to 40 people, 50 people a day, and then you have a big event on top of that, and people drop their cup and then take another one, you know. So this has worked out really, really well. We're very excited about that. And we do have the battery recycling program here that Dick Skinner has started up at the Board of Health. And to date, we've collected over 100 pounds of batteries here.
Oh, good.
So,
Wow.
yep. So in our effort to maybe conserve, we're gonna think about doing some things online. Maybe the agenda always goes online, because I email that to Christine. Maybe not sending out Council on Aging letters every month, because we're sending out 10 letters a month, you know, for the meetings. So with the postage, the paper and all of that, if people, we could give a call maybe the week before instead. And then if everybody knows the date before they leave, and then I can also email people if anything changes. Try that out and see if that works.
Is the newsletter able to be emailed in that format? The entire newsletter?
No, not the newsletter.
Oh.
The letter that goes out to the Council on Aging.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that letter.
No, the newsletter,
Well,
just a
even
couple of
Council
thousand of those
Aging,
go out.
yeah. You can email that to us too.
So, in an effort to kind of save on that, and maybe not print out, you know, 4 pages of minutes times
Yeah,
10
yeah.
copies, that I can email the minutes to people and just have maybe a copy on hand if somebody would like to read them. And we put them on the website also. So we're kind of thinking about that, so maybe not next month, I'll let you have a month warning. But moving forward, maybe that's the best way. Because it's a lot of postage every year too. So, that was pretty much all I had, other than the fact that we have to come up with a name for the bus. So Christine had just said that maybe putting it in the newsletter, maybe making a contest, coming up with a name, just like we did with the name of the senior center, so,
I like that
yeah.
idea.
And people can have, put in and.
People like to have a say.
Yeah,
So-
yep, and it's your bus, so,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
I'm sure
so,
next few months we'll figure out something.
yeah, something fun to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else want to bring up anything?
I have a question about the van. So the van that got ordered, how big a van is it now?
It is the exact one that we spec'd out, so it's a 14 passenger, it's got 2 handicap accessible spots, but rows that can come out to make it more. But there's 2 dedicated ones, wheelchair spots now.
So you could do 12 seats plus 2 wheelchairs.
Correct. Or we could do, you know, 8 plus 4 wheelchairs, you know. There's extra straps and such, so,
The size bus I used to drive.
yeah. You looking for a job?
The girl who no longer has a license because she can't see 5 feet past her face. I don't think you want me in there.
No, you want the bus to last a little longer than that.
As soon as we know that the bus is on its way, then we will start reaching out to
Yeah.
advertise with somebody. We've had a lot of interest
I bet,
already.
I bet, yeah.
Yep.
Can't come soon enough.
Yep.
It is, it's been a
Very
long time.
exciting.
All right, anything else anyone wants to bring up? All right, how about we pick our next date? What do you want to do?
I would say stay away from March 15th, because that's our big party.
Yeah.
I left everything in my car.
I'll say the 22nd.
That's fine.
22nd?
So March 22nd will be our next meeting. At 9
I
a.m.
don't think I have anything going on.
Is there any room on the premises? I know the answer before I ask this, but just to check. For picnic tables or or anything outside here?
We would love to. I've asked for years and years and years. I wanted to even come up with some kind of a gazebo or something for seniors to be able to hang out and be able to have some outside activities. All we have is the parking lot, and the only parking lot we have actually is that left corner, because that's Main Street parking. The rest of this kind of belongs to the post office and the
Yeah.
residents across the street. And that's their property over there. And over here, we have nothing. Would I love to have a common space for for seniors, and we did speak about doing that. I was thinking about writing a grant for it, but we don't have any place to put it.
No place to put it.
And it would have to be somewhere kind of centrally located, right, so that people could get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could have a gazebo and a pickleball court outside, I'd be happy as a clam.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it would
Um,
be nice.
But no, we don't have an outside space. I mean, I'd love to have an outside space to even do a little gardening for the seniors and, you know, like you said, have picnic tables and do outside lunches and, but, we do not have that kind of space.
Too bad.
Yeah.
We need a new spot. We have to have a new senior center with space.
Sunshine Club, keep returning bottles and cans. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to win the mega bucks so I can build a new one.
Yeah.
Next big ask.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've said that.
Absolutely recover from the bus.
yeah, it is, I
Is
love our
there-
space. I've been here for a long time, but it's not really conducive with making the best of it. I'm gonna have to cap the Sunshine Club. St. Patrick's Day party has to be capped at 55 people. I can't have more than 55 people because with wheelchairs and walkers, it wouldn't be safe to be able to get up and about.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course, I don't wanna start limiting things to only Douglas residents. But
Right.
if push comes to shove and it's a party, I have to allow Douglas first, right? So, it hasn't been a problem yet, but based on our Valentine's Day party, last year, I mean, we had 20, 25 people, right? And then parties were gone maybe 30, then 35, and then 40. I mean, Valentine's Day was huge,
Yeah.
you know, so,
Well, the baby boomers are getting into their 60s now. I think
Yep.
one in 6 Americans
Yeah.
are now over 65.
yes.
Does anybody know if the town has any plans for this?
I get asked that
school?
every single solitary
Could
day.
that be utilized somehow?
They had
We
a
can-
committee,
We did, we were on it.
yeah.
We were on it for
Try to
5
get something
years.
done?
Yes.
It's such a waste.
It really
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
Well, can we use that parking lot? If that's town property, could we put something up there?
It's not
Or
very
is that
level.
too far away?
It's
for
It's not very
seniors?
level, right?
Unless there's a place where they can park, they're not gonna walk up there, I don't think.
Yeah, you'd have, I
it
agree,
level?
they would have to be able to park.
It's not very level, kind of.
But you could, I mean.
Yeah,
that's
well, that
excavated.
could be
That could be done.
something that
That's-
could be taken care of, right? Like you said,
Right, I
have
mean,
it
you
leveled
could
out.
do the, you know, the big equipment can do it, but if the, does that have to go with that building? Or that parking space?
I don't know. I'll ask the town administrator for sure.
I think we're at the point of raising the whole building, unfortunately.
I think the cost.
A number of years ago, the town spent money on a new roof, and the structure of it is fantastic.
Nobody wants it.
But with the conditions we have put on it, nobody wants it. And it's right next to the elementary school, so that really limits what you can use it for. So
Traffic
it-
wise and such.
Unfortunately, it looks like
Can't
the
be
next thing
residential.
is tear the thing down.
That's a point.
Do they, or has any plans been mentioned of if they take it down, what they're gonna do with the property?
Is it a historic building?
No,
No,
not,
I think so.
No.
Not old enough?
never applied.
No,
for it.
there hasn't been
Probably
any.
outlast most of the buildings.
We haven't reached that point
Like
where
a truck.
it's now been said, take it down. You know, we've tried to
Yeah.
give it away, we've advertised in
No,
all the
they-
city papers and,
It went out to bid how many times?
Yeah.
While we're on the committee, so now it's in the hands of the selectmen.
It's not a very big site either.
No.
No.
No, it's not.
it was a nice building inside too, and then they used it for Halloween and spray painted the whole interior, all beautiful
It's
woodwork.
pretty much empty. It's just a shell.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I know the fire department used to use it for training, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, if some other property is available and we can get picnic tables or something up there, I don't know.
Pickleball courts.
Pickle-
There you go, take the building down, put up a pickleball court.
there you go.
I'll put that up there.
Or a new
I don't know.
senior
Who's,
center.
well, there's a comment.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
I wonder if Christine was saying maybe up at the common.
You can see if somebody could donate picnic tables up there.
But I'm thinking just something close enough to here where
Oh,
people who
okay.
come here,
Who
just
walk
for,
over, yeah.
want
They
to
like
go
to go
outside for their
outside.
coffee or go
Okay.
out there
Yeah.
to, you know, something is nearby
Could you
here.
take up a couple parking spots maybe and just
I don't
Good
know.
time. I mean, that's
I
about
mean,
what we do.
Right, we took, we did a lot of going back and forth during COVID when we were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of senior centers started with outside spaces.
Yeah.
They built patios, they
Tents,
put in,
everything,
what are those things called? I'm thinking gazebo, but it's not, it's a,
Pergola.
Like a canopy type thing over
no,
it?
it's structure, I can't remember the name of it.
Pergola?
Pavilion?
Pavilion, thank you. So, thank you, yeah. So we had thought about that, doing some kind of a pavilion and such, and I was going to write a grant for it, but there was nowhere really to put it.
Yeah.
The land that we do have in town, which is where the old VFW was, and the brown house next to it,
Yeah.
the town owns,
Mhm.
but it would need to be, you know, taken down and excavated and
Yeah,
such.
a lot of work.
And I'm not even sure what they're doing with that. Is that gonna be the highway department, or do you know?
Don't know yet.
You know, they're doing
They
studies on
haven't
doing
started.
highway departments and a new police department and such, so.
Uh, Back to out here. On the other side of where people are parking, a little stream runs through.
It's wetlands.
I know it's wetlands, but you could, I mean, for access, if we could use that parking lot, hypothetically, you could clean that up a little bit and put a little bridge and walkway so people didn't have to walk around, could walk right across and into that area. Just clean it up. It really is messy.
I know that we own that, because I had talked to Adam about that
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
because of the parking lot, like maybe expanding it one way or another, but.
Not
it
with the
was-
wetlands you can't, but you could
Right.
get a boardwalk over to that parking lot area if we could use it for something.
I would suggest that you take a walk over there with Pam and anybody else, and so you can see it and visualize it. And if you do come up with anything, I would check into Blackstone Valley Tech. I know the one in Webster, what's that,
Bay Path.
Bay Path.
Yeah,
They
they do a
built
lot.
a beautiful pavilion for the town
Yeah.
over at Memorial Beach. And they've done all kinds of work over there.
Yeah, BBT actually did our painting.
They did,
They
yeah.
painted all
They did
our
a
walls.
bit, yeah.
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 And they look for projects that are worthwhile to teach the kids as many different skills
Yeah.
as possible.
Yeah.
Uh,
We could.
Because if you had something there, I mean, it would be public use for village residential down here, someplace they could gather for an evening or something. It might be a nice spot to utilize, instead of just sitting there like a log not being used.
No,
Yeah,
nice.
it all comes down to cost.
It could be flat or it could be an arch bridge. You're only gonna have to pay for the material
Yeah,
if
with
you
them,
use
yeah.
the school. That would be a worthwhile
Project.
thing to spend.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an affordable thing for the Sunshine Club, but,
As I've told Patrice, Sunshine Club has some money we need to spend. So we're looking for
Yeah.
projects to benefit the senior center and the community, so we're open to ideas.
would like to, we are asked constantly about pickleball,
Yes.
you know, because we've been a source of money for them. And, but courts are gonna be, you're talking over $100,000,
Really?
yeah. Just to, we've got a spot, but to go in and level it and pave it perfectly level, area that big, the size of a basketball court.
Mhm.
So, right now, we're just trying to get money to paint lines on the courts. So, but take a look at, that's cleaned up, that,
We did look.
and the
Adam I-
cleaning could be
We
a,
did look at that.
a
A
community
community project.
project for the kids.
Adam and I did look at that, so
Yeah.
I'll have to revisit that with him and see.
Include me in that if you would.
Yeah.
And I understand the wetlands predicament very well. I wrote the wetland bylaw for this town, so I know it well.
And a little bridge is something the kids could build at school, and then we could borrow a trailer and transport it over here.
Just some food for thought.
Yeah.
Another option could
Oh, yeah?
be the Boy Scouts, because they're always looking for projects for the Eagle
She
Scouts.
just said that. She just
Oh,
said
did
Eagle
you?
Scouts, yeah.
Scout
Great
project,
minds,
yeah.
great minds.
Yep.
Good.
Perfect.
All right, I guess we have to adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Wonderful. All right, great. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.